Marvel's Thunderbolts just dropped, and it's not what fans expected. In fact, it might be Marvel's most deceptive film yet. The trailers, misleading. The plot, way deeper than it seems. And the biggest shock? It's not about the Thunderbolts at all. It's about a hidden character who might be the most powerful and most dangerous being in the MCU so far. Who is this mysterious character that Marvel barely promoted? Why did Marvel keep him out of most press materials? And how could he secretly connect Thunderbolts to the upcoming Avengers, Doomsday, and even Fantastic Four? It's not just a movie, it's a loaded setup for the next major arc, and the seeds are already sprouting. You think you've seen everything in the MCU? You haven't, because Thunderbolts isn't just a team-up film. It's a trigger, and by the end of this script, you'll see why that trigger might set off a chain of events that tears the multiverse apart. Buckle up. We're diving into Marvel's darkest secret, the real reason Thunderbolts exists. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and share it. And please drop a comment below to share your thoughts. At first glance, Thunderbolts looks like Marvel's version of a Black Ops Suicide Squad. Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, Taskmaster, Ghost, and US Agent. All characters with baggage, put together for a dirty job no Avenger would touch. But here's what makes this different. The mission isn't about toppling a villain. It's about containing a god. Early in the movie, there's a new recruit, Robert, a quiet, almost forgettable man with mysterious abilities. You barely notice him until things start going very, very wrong. What Marvel never showed you in the trailers is that this Robert isn't just a code name. He's Robert Reynolds, better known as Sentry, and if you know your comics, that name should chill you. Sentry is a being powered by the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, but inside him lives a monster, the Void, who exists only to annihilate everything. So why would the government assign someone like this to the Thunderbolts? Simple. They didn't tell the Thunderbolts who he really was. The team thinks they're bringing him in for backup, but they're actually bait. The mission goes sideways, badly, and suddenly the Thunderbolts realize they've been played, not just by Valentina, but by Marvel Studios themselves. The key turning point of the film isn't an explosion or a betrayal, it's a moment of silence. One where Sentry looks around, confused, and says something bone-chilling. "I don't remember what I am." And that's when the cracks start showing, not just in his mind, but in reality itself. This scene is the setup. Marvel isn't just introducing another superpowered hero, they're introducing someone who may rival Kang or even Galactus in terms of raw destructive force. And worse, he doesn't know how to stop it. As Robert begins to lose control, it becomes clear the Void is waking up. And he's not just a danger to the team, he's a threat to the multiverse. This is the exact connection point between Thunderbolts and Avengers, Doomsday. Because in this scene, Sentry doesn't just glitch reality, he opens a door, a glimpse, a fragment, a literal tear in space that shows multiple versions of Earth burning. And that's the moment Marvel makes it clear. This isn't a Phase 5 side quest. This is the start of Phase 6's nightmare. Now here's where the story gets even weirder. In the mid-credits scene, there's a brief blink and you'll miss it moment where a file slides across Valentina's desk. On the tab, it reads, Richards 616 Anomaly Response. Let that sink in. Richards, as in Reed Richards, as in Mr. Fantastic. Marvel just dropped their biggest silent confirmation. The Fantastic Four are already involved behind the scenes. But here's the question. What are they monitoring? Why is Reed tracking anomalies in 616? And how is this connected to Sentry? The answer, according to insider sources and script leaks, is shocking. Reed Richards may already know that Sentry's existence is an anomaly, a fracture in time and space that shouldn't exist. He and his team have been quietly monitoring him, trying to figure out how to contain or cure the Void. This implies that the Fantastic Four's upcoming film, First Steps, might actually be a prequel or parallel event to Thunderbolts. And if that's true, then Thunderbolts isn't just connected to Doomsday. It's literally sandwiched between two pillars of Marvel's next saga. The real twist isn't that Sentry was the target, it's that nobody could stop him. As the Void takes over, the Thunderbolts try everything. Red Guardian goes full force. Ghost phases through his core. Taskmaster tries to copy his fighting style, but it's like punching a collapsing star. Even Bucky, the most tactical among them, realizes, we were never meant to win this. Marvel takes this moment to break the illusion of power. These aren't Avengers. They're broken people, fighting a god they were tricked into babysitting. What's worse, Sentry doesn't die. He disappears into a fracture in space, one that looks eerily like the incursion rifts we saw in Multiverse of Madness. The government says he's gone, but Yelena asks the question we're all thinking. What happens if he comes back? And Valentina just smiles. Let's be brutally honest. Marvel knew exactly what they were doing. They named the movie Thunderbolts to throw us off, but the real title should have been The Rise of Sentry. This entire film is a cover operation, a smokescreen, a way to slowly and methodically introduce the MCU's most volatile wildcard, without warning. Why? Because if they told you up front what this movie was really about, it would spoil the next 2 years of MCU planning. From Doomsday to Secret Wars, Sentry is now the center of it all. He's more than a man, more than a weapon. He's Marvel's Doomsday switch. With the Thunderbolts scattered, the world in chaos, and Sentry missing. Avengers. Doomsday is now locked in. Insiders say the film begins with global anomalies, storms, power failures, vanishing landmarks. Every sign points to a multiversal collapse triggered by, you guessed it, the Void. The Avengers don't just have to stop Kang. They have to stop a force they've never faced before. A man who doesn't want to hurt anyone, but can't stop himself. Imagine Doctor Strange, Sam Wilson, Monica Rambeau, and possibly Reed Richards trying to stop Sentry and the Void from destroying everything. This isn't just another villain. It's Marvel's ultimate tragedy. And just when you think you've pieced it all together, the final post-credit scene lands the last blow. A dark room, a cracked mirror, and someone whispering, the Void was just the beginning. Fade to black. That's Marvel telling you this. Thunderbolts was a setup, but not just for Sentry, not just for the Fantastic Four, and not just for Doomsday. It was the setup for a complete narrative shift in the MCU. So now we ask you, who really controls the multiverse? What's the truth about the Void? And what comes after Doomsday? Drop your theories below. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this. And remember, Marvel just changed the game. Don't blink, or you'll miss the next big twist.